Hello, I hope you're having a good day. My name is Kay and I'm late to the game. Today we're going to be working on the Samarta Meyers House in House Flipper, a big beautiful house in the backcountry for sale. A lucky strike for people who value silence, peace, and want to take a rest from the city noise and other people's company. Just think, only you, your house, and the nature around you. The place was abandoned many years ago and it needs a complete overhaul, but in the right caring hands it will become a true gem. We advise superstitious people not to buy it. So why am I doing this? Well, because Halloween is coming up and there are no preview pictures. So I just bought the house for I think $253,000 and it looks sort of fine, right? Sort of fine? Superstitious? I have to tell you, this house really creeps me out. I have usually turned off the scary things. I have done it in scary mode 3 times. Hold on! This house is haunted, but we can lift its curse for you. Do you want to play with the spooky stuff? Yes, I'm not scared of anything. No, I want to play without ghosts. And many times I have done this house and I have said, no, I don't want to play with ghosts. But for the first time ever, I looked around and yeah, there's Michael Myers just hanging out, watching as we're gonna go flip this house. And I checked, he's still there. There are no people in House Flipper. There's nobody there. So to actually see somebody in the game is really creepy. I usually like gnomes, but that one looks really evil. And I'm not about that at all. So here I'm just cleaning up as I go. I kind of challenged myself to spend as much time in the house as I possibly could before I broke the curse, which is actually super simple to do. So I'm kind of giving a tour. You can't turn the lights on properly. There's some issues with the electric. So fortunately you have a flashlight so you can see at all times. And this is not an exaggeration. As I'm going through here, I am hugging the walls. I am very slowly creeping around corners because I don't like this at all. It is fun once it's over. It's like, oh, that wasn't so bad, was it? And yes, I've flipped this house in the spooky state. This is maybe my 3rd or 4th time. And I always go back to reflip the same houses because I really like this house, actually, aside from the spooky stuff. And I tell myself, oh, it wasn't that scary. It couldn't be that bad. And it really isn't, but it kind of is. I was listening to playback for this video with headphones, which I've never played the game with headphones on before. And there are some extremely creepy sound effects, especially in the basement. And there's just this stuffed bunny just sitting there on the floor for no good reason. So now we're going to go upstairs. I thought about it later. I do have a blowtorch in this game, and I should have, gotten that out perhaps. But that would probably just end up creating more work for me to have to clean up all the mess that it left. So I did not bring out the blowtorch, but I know something really scary is behind this door. And so I do have a sledgehammer. Again, there's no NPCs in this game, so to see feet and legs, why are they there? Why are they there? Why is there someone there? So I just got out my sledgehammer and it made me feel better. Wha-bam! And just like that, gone. There's these gross stains on the wall. There are cockroaches on the floor. Now, the stains on the wall, as it just so happens, are actually not blood stains or anything of the sort. It's actually places in the wall that need to be plastered. So I thought that was actually pretty ingenious. There is a nice option in House Flipper where if you have a problem with bugs, you can change the graphics so that instead of being wriggling, creepy crawly cockroaches, you can change them to shards of glass. I have played both ways, and I find the cockroaches easier to see because sometimes the shards of glass blend in with the flooring. All right, we're moving down the hallway here. It's not a humongous house, but in the base game, well, this was actually, yeah, even for base game, this was pretty big. This was actually part of the Apocalypse free update, which added some bunkers and then this place. I just did a little bit of cleaning as I went around. If you could direct your attention to the top right corner of the screen, there is a mini map that shows you where all of the dust and dirt is and garbage. I know who's in here. It's that bunny. It's that bunny from downstairs. I'm just gonna get rid of him. Bye bye, bunny. Yeah, just doing a little bit of cleaning here. The basement is the only place we have not explored. So it looks like we're gonna have to go down there next. There goes the spiderweb. Unfortunately, that being never returns. You can play and flip this house while having it be haunted the entire time, but I don't think I would ever be able to do that. And there's the bunny again. Oh, and this is a room. This is currently classified. In the top right, you'll see it's called a home library because of the specific furniture inside of it. I later am going to turn this into an office. Why is that door doing that? Just make it stop. Just make it stop. Please, please, please make it stop. So, yeah, the creeping around corners is not even an exaggeration. I really, really was hesitant to flip this house again. Oh yes, and now the real fun begins. Okay, in my headphones, there's like heavy breathing now. That's just creepy, creepy, creepy. And there's these gross pictures that sell for very little money. But we now have the funhouse effect, and I do not care for it. I actually got trapped in this room, as you'll see shortly. Okay, there was some growling intermixed with birds chirping as part of the ambient sounds. Yeah, that's gruesome. Gruesome? Yeah, gruesome's a good word for that. I don't like being startled. I don't like surprises. I don't like practical jokes. Basically, I am no fun at all. That's apparently the moral of this story. No, I startle very easily. I don't enjoy scary things. When I was younger, I tried to desensitize myself. Yeah, see, there's no way out of this room currently. But when I was younger, like a teenager, I tried to desensitize myself to scary movies, and so I would rent them all the time, and not exaggerating, they would just give me nightmares. Some people are more sensitive than others, and I am a highly sensitive person, and you know what? I am totally fine with that. Oh, yay, we found our way out. So the reason I have my sledgehammer out is because you can demolish inner walls in this game. Not walls leading to the outside, but interior walls, like this one right in front of me. And you see that sections of the wall are highlighted. So I was looking for any kind of section in that previous room where I could just hammer my way on out of there. But that didn't work. So House Flipper has a couple houses with little secret areas like this, and I love it. I think it's super fun. Oh, another pleasant picture. And there is a book here, and it is called The Secrets. And many times in the houses that have little hidden areas, you will find a book that says The Secrets. We are now going to the backyard, and this is how you break the curse. So there's a tombstone here, and you put the coffin into the ground. You have to line up just right to be able to dig. You put the coffin in the ground, you cover it, and now it's daylight. Everything's back to normal. We can turn our flashlight off. There's a lot of weeds and tall grass in this yard, and I will be taking care of that behind the scenes. to make sure that the yard looks all nice and pretty, and I even enter the garden contest so I can make increased profit. And Michael Myers is gone. So here's the outside of the house again. I just do a very brief tour through the house so you can see what it looks like in the calm, clear light of day. And you can see there's no more funhouse mirror effect on the walls. And I feel confident going in here at least a little bit, making sure that I won't get trapped. So another thing about this that I really like is that they give you the option so that you aren't forced to play in the haunted house area, because I know that I can't possibly be the only one who thinks it's yucky. Now I'm going to show you the plaster bit. So we can buy a thing of plaster, a little plaster bucket, switch to plastering, load up the plaster, and look at that. They weren't stains, they weren't claw marks, I hope. It's just, you know, some wall in need of some plaster. That's all it was, all along. It's the only wall that has that, the only room that has that. Oh yes, fun little tip. Once you are done burying the coffin, you can go out to the yard and move your selling gun over it, hover until you get it. It's going to be a little bit tricky. And you will be able to sell the coffin for $21,000. There's no reason to do it. There's no reason not to do it, but $21,000 just for selling a coffin? I'll take it. So this is the end of the before. And here is the after. So you can see I definitely made a big change here. There's flowers, there's a koi pond. It's a little bit slow here, and I think it's just because of the sheer amount of objects I have. But I have a gazebo with a little seating area and a tea set. And this is super hardcore dedicated to my mom, because I think she would love this place. It gives me kind of CBS 1980s Alice in Wonderland, quote, with the people garden vibes. I threw in roses of white, which are my favorite, red for TR Rose. I assume red would be the right color for her, and yellow for mom, because my mom loves yellow roses. And there's all these cute little areas, these little archways, a sea of flowers, and a lilac bush because I love lilacs. So you got some more roses. And now we're going to get into the house and see what I did with it. Now I tried recording a voiceover for this earlier, and I ran into some issues, like my microphone fell off of its stand. So yeah, we're going to see how well I can figure out how long I was talking about things. This is the kitchen, dining room, and living room. I tried to add a lot of little accessories to make it look lived in, like potted herbs on the windowsills, little mugs, coffee maker, cutting board. I love decorating and putting out all the little accessories to make the house look lived in. That just brings me joy. And yeah, the dining table is a little fancy, but I really like it, so I wanted to go with that. Have some classic art on the wall. I replaced the fireplace for a more kind of modern style. And yeah, a really big TV on a smaller coffee table. It's not ideal, but it all went together, the furniture set. So I've been trying to use more things from the luxury DLC because I love the luxury DLC. Yeah, it's getting a little bit laggy here, but we should be okay. This is an office. Again, it's kind of silly to have big chandeliers and stuff, but I really like color combinations that seem kind of out of the ordinary. This room is technically a man cave because of the leather couch, the TV, and the arcade game machines. Arcade game machines, you know what I mean. And for the first time ever, I built a home gym, which is actually new to the luxury pack. Otherwise, I really wouldn't have been interested in doing a home gym. But this is a sauna, because who doesn't have a sauna in their basement? It probably would be a really bad place to have a sauna. This is a laundry room. I didn't want to go too overboard with the decorations, but I just wanted to look like people lived here. Unfortunately, there weren't any items like bottles of detergent, because I totally would have used those. Oh yes, and the bathroom. I didn't get to show off the bathroom. It's kind of like a turquoise, emerald green fantasy in here. I love green. It's probably my favorite color. So I went with the new green tiles from Luxury Stuff. And up the stairs, we have the second bathroom. And these wall tiles aren't something I would normally use, like if I was choosing it for a house that I would live in. But I really like the color combination. Them being like kind of muted but still really pretty. This is a children's room, and I was not about to use the creepy bunny, so I used little bunnies as toys. I love the color combination in here. It just makes me so happy. It's very pastel. It's very cute. The rug matches the wallpaper and glow-in-the-dark sticky wall stars. Also, the chandelier is kind of silly for a children's room, but I liked the color combination. Also, the little tent for a kid to play in. Oh, I always wanted one of those when I was a kid, but we had bunk beds, so it didn't exactly work, but I made the best of it. I really tried. Some more wall art. There's a lot of cool photographs, and you can also add your own photographs to the game and decorate with them, but I would probably just add a bunch of pictures of my cats. So yeah, I have 3 rescue cats, and I take a lot of pictures of them, and so this house would just be full of kitty pictures. Maybe for another time, but not for this build. I don't want my poor little fur babies to be stuck in the once haunted house. Now this room's really silly. I love this wallpaper so much, and I know it's kind of silly to have this really big bed up against the wall, but the dimensions of the room are kind of small. They're about the same size as the other bedroom, but the problem is the shape of the room. If you recall, there was a closet in here, and I took that wall out to try to make it bigger. Unfortunately, I couldn't remove any other walls because they all went to the staircase. So that wouldn't work. But I love the reflective nature of that wallpaper. I'm personally not a huge fan of birds. They kind of freak me out a little bit. Something about the beaks and the eyes, and ugh, I will stick to my cats. But that wallpaper is beautiful. And here you can see that I am participating in the garden contest. The most you can get is 50% value of the house increase. I got 48% for equipment left as a penalty, but I didn't leave anything out, and that has happened before. So a refresh, I bought the house for $253,721.07, and I spent almost 6 hours working on this, and I have bought $42,000 worth of furniture, and here are my prospective buyers. And let's see if we can turn a profit. Yes, our profit is $370,176.15, but we can negotiate the price all the way up to $227,000. I don't want to be too greedy. If I have it a little bit lower, they might be more likely to accept my negotiation. And let's see. Yes, so our profit will be $431,023.36. So ultimately, I would call that a big win. So I'm almost at the end of the video here. There are going to be some ending shots of the build, which is really cool. So you can see kind of before and afters. Some of the angles get a little bit wonky. So just know that that's something that is out of my control, but I really hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. That's about it. So please subscribe, like, and mash that bell. But most importantly, I hope you had fun. Bye!